What's up, Trail Trash? Welcome back. On today's video, I'm going to be installing another sPOD BantamX in my FJ Cruiser. I have one already, and this one I'll be linking for some upcoming off-road lights that I'm going to be installing. I needed a couple of extra spots because the lights I'm putting on are switchback with different colored driving lights, so I needed a couple of extra switches and decided to just install another sPOD instead of doing a different switch setup. I wanted to keep it the same. I've been really happy with the sPOD. The thing's got so many features on it. Just things I didn't even know until recently. And I'll get into that later on, but it's just a great solution for switches. I have the touch screen on the inside of the FJ. It'll be the same touch screen, and I'll be able to swap back and forth between the different switch panels. If that interests you, stick around, check out the video. If you have any questions, comments, or anything, drop them below and I'll get to them. We will get into Alright, let's get this oil battery clamp off. And this is a 10 millimeter, that's a 10 millimeter. I'll take it out. I'm going to utilize the same J bolts on this and just mount the sPOD right here on top. So first we'll take this off and then we'll mount that, and then we'll trim and make sure our length is good on all of these. I've been really happy with my Dakota Lithium 135 amp hour dual purpose batteries. Those, I've got two of them, and they've been stellar. And I think I've still got a 9-year warranty on them, which I should. They're not cheap, but they're awesome. Take these out right now until I'm going to set my sPOD up there, make sure we've got everything in order. Probably we'll go ahead and make our cut, or we'll trim our pieces. May not have to trim this one. I may dress this around, feed through there, and I could zip tie it down here and loop back around to a post. That way I don't have to cut anything. And if I ever need to take it up to get to service this battery, still just take that out, take the Velcro off, and I can lay it over and be sure. And the same thing with this fuse box, the way I have it wired in. I know it looks like a cluster, but I can take, I think it's one wire off there, and the whole thing can be removed. Yeah, this wire here will come off, and then I have enough slack built in, and I use Velcro so that I can just undo it without having to cut anything, and then I can reuse it and dress it all back. So that's my madness here, but I think I am going to route this because it would be here, and I think I can, yeah, get around to there. Let's see I think I'll go ahead and tie down the battery so it'll stay in place, because I think everything else is is good. I think I am going to, I think I will trim this one. I'm going to go ahead and try to get the battery tie down done. I can't remember if this side gets the long one. I think it does. Yeah, it does. But let's try to get the other side started. Okay, that's in place now. That was intense. These are almost too short, but I'm glad that they work because everything is flush, it's tight, it's in a good position, and the hood will close. I tested that before making this, so it is, yeah, it is like the last spot I could put anything in this FJ. Let's get this ran. I'm gonna bring it back here. I think I will. All right, that one's done. I think we'll go ahead and put this one on. Got it routed there, I've got it grounded there. That looks pretty nice. I'll probably put a piece of Velcro there. Put a zip tie here on the fuse holder. And I'm gonna have to come out a little more with it. I think I'll zip tie here and hold it down. And zip tie it here and hold it down. Let me put this one right here. Actually, I'm not, because that is all I need. I don't want to overdo it. If I ever have to get into it, it'd drive me crazy. All right, we'll go ahead and link them now with the data cable. All right, now we'll cut that zip tie here and snips here. get the data cable. Perfect. So that works good. All right, now it is, I think, routed in a way that is tuck and hide it. All right, guys, I've got it installed now, so I've got everything. I've got it mounted on the battery, and I've got it grounded. The ground goes to there, and then I've got my fuse holder there, and got it tied into my distribution block, and then I've got the data cable running and tying in the two panels, and now that's complete. So I have one, and I need to put my decals on here, but I have one switch left that I haven't used on this one, and then I'll have 8 here. Actually, I'll have 2 on here because my other 7-inch pod lights are on here, and I think it's going to take 3. I hadn't got into the wiring, but I think I'm going to have one for the lights and then one for each color driving light. So not a big deal. I got enough. If I ever run out, I could always tie the driving lights into actual lights that come on while I drive. So not a big deal. Everything looks good, and the hood does close with no issues. And I like it. It's a clean install. Now just running everything to here be really easy. So glad to have it all in the same spot. I'm going to shut off these under the hood lights, and I'll show you, go ahead and show you the switch panel, which there's my under hood lights, and then I haven't got the hang of that, but that's on your second switch pod there. And you can link multiple ones too, so I could add more of them, but I'm just gonna, well, let me go ahead and get it back to, yep, keep it on one there. But that's the touch screen. All right, guys, that is it for this video. Just showing you the install on my second sPOD BantamX. If you have any questions, comments, or anything on it, please drop them below and I'll get to them. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please do so. It helps me out. And until next time, stay trashy.